And hello, everybody. It is a great day, Adrian, man. I am telling you, we have got the world's nicest woman on a radio show, and you're not going to believe it. So, Margie Aliprandi is amazing, and you can read her bio. It is miles long. We'll get into it a tiny bit. But the fact of the matter is, my wife went to Africa with her. And when you go to Africa, which is not exactly at the end of the block, it's a long way away, and you are in the foxhole with somebody for that long, you get to know how they are in public and how they are behind your back. And this woman won Miss Congeniality, most considerate, nicest woman on the planet, every accolade you can possibly have. There's nobody like her. So this is going to be a fun show. Larry Thompson, who is younger than me, but's been in the network marketing space for over 50 years, has a birthday today. And it is so exciting. Yeah, it's just the best. And it's his birthday. And our buddy Jeff Weisberg, who always, all you ever hear from Weisberg is how good of friends they are because he's a name dropper. So I call him and go, oh, it's Larry Thompson's birthday. Really? I go, oh, man, I can't believe it. So I actually called Larry Thompson on the phone and said, you're going to get a call in a minute from him. And guess what? I told him it was your birthday. You aren't that good a friend. I'm a better friend. All right.
It's no more bragging rights. No more bragging rights for him, Tom.
Amen. Hello, Adrian. What are you doing, mate?
Hey, mate. I am doing great. I am so excited for this show. And a very short sidebar. People often ask me, Margie, what was it like growing up as Tom Chenault's son? And
I love to hear that answer.
It was as bad as you would imagine. But one little story is that he's the scat picker of all time. So whatever bothers you, he finds what it is and then he just pokes it. And so I was studying abroad in England and a junior in college. All I wanted was to like fit in and seem like a real Brit. And so I was calling people. I had taken to calling people mate. And that was pretty cool. I would say it really, like low key. I was very cool. Everyone thought I was awesome. So my dad picks up on this and he would walk up to anyone and he'd go, hey there, Margie, how you doing? Mate,
just to mock them.
Like that every time.
Would crawl under
I
the
just
table.
Wanted to die. So I've hated him ever since, but here we are.
Crystal Rose Harvey. I can't tell you. So I put out a text message to tell all kinds of people that know Margie that I could not think of her name. Oh, no. So, and your sweet husband, Iago, or whatever his name is, I could not get it. It would not come in my brain. And I apologize. And you got here.
Iago, yes. Yeah,
I could not figure it out. It was terrible.
They got another baby coming. You know that, right?
Oh, I saw that. That's the best news in the world. Yeah, what a couple.
The best.
Amazing.
But they're so ugly.
Yeah,
They just got dealt from the bottom of the deck
so
on the
kind, though, right? I know. They're like supermodel gorgeous, both of them.
Can't even comprehend it.
Inside and out. We love those guys.
Yes.
What's up, man?
Well, I'm glad it wasn't me. So I am so happy we have you back, and you are so right, Dad, that we have heard nothing but good things about you from behind your back on your trip to Africa, which is awesome. And so I'd love, we had a show once before, and shortly after Denise and Margie and a few other incredible women got back from this trip to Africa. But the thing we want to talk about today kind of ties into that. So I'd love to actually start there and just talk a little bit about Women United for Change and how that became such a big part of your heart, Margie.
Okay. Thank you, Adrian. And the first thing I have to say, Tom, is I freaking love you. And I'm so grateful for who you are to this profession. It's like you're the godfather of the entire profession. I don't know where you find the time. Thank heavens for contact mapping or however it is. You stay in touch with everyone. I mean, there isn't a leader in any company that doesn't feel loved on by you. And the way that you have created this awesome show and the things you do for the whole profession, thank you. And Adrian, the fruit does not fall far from the tree.
Oh, thank you.
And I love you both. And thank you, because Women United for Change really is our passion project. And this is something that a few of us came together just 7 years ago, and we had done quite well in the network marketing, direct sales profession. And we definitely knew we're believers in entrepreneurship, because when someone makes that decision that they're going to live life on their own terms, that they're going to step up, step into their excellence, make a contribution without a job, without a boss telling them to, something transforms inside of them. We had all experienced this personally. And so we wanted to pay it forward. The instance at the time was that we had each read the book, which is also a documentary, called Half the Sky. And this is such a disturbing, really disturbing look at the marginalization of women across the globe. And it made us say, this isn't easy. And there are not probably simple answers, but we want to make a difference. And so we came together. We didn't have a name for what we wanted to do, but we created it. We didn't have a logo. We went to 99 Designs. We made a video. We just started with three of us that wanted to make a difference for these women globally, to pay it forward. Kind of like we'd had entrepreneurship bless our lives. We wanted to pay it forward. And there was absolute divinity in the fact that we connected with a group here in San Diego called Project Concern International. They're now called Global Communities. But they had a program for women across the globe where with a $50 donation, we can sponsor a woman into a program where they come together with other women, establish a micro business. They learn all kinds of things to stand up for themselves, to financial literacy. In fact, they're so smart. They're smarter than us in terms of how to manage the little bit of money that they start creating together. So in the meantime, yes, we went to Guatemala. We saw firsthand what the donations that we brought together had achieved. And then this epic trip to Tanzania. And Tom, thank heavens we went. I know you were following us and cheering us on every step of the way. We could feel your love. You were so generous in helping us get donations to support those women. It was life-changing. And so being able to see firsthand what happens when these women elevate their life, how when women have a little bit of economic power, it shifts everything in the family. Mama gets more respect, and domestic violence goes to zero, and the kids respect mom. And women use their economic resources differently than men. It pays forward into the family, into the community. I mean, I could go on and on about the stories as we sat with these women, and they would say things like, well, before Women United for Change, I was nothing. Like, it hurts me to think of any human being even saying those words, but this is how far they rose up. They would say, before this program, I was nothing. Now I'm a businesswoman. Now I'm an entrepreneur. And it was just to see them stand, to watch how deferential the men are to them in societies where there really is a lot of domestic abuse gone. I mean, and the statistics are there to prove it. So just amazing. I don't want to go too long on that one thing, but it changed every one of our lives. So many fun stories about how these women come together. So I think that do you want me to tell one? Can I tell one story?
Do it.
Because it was so fun to sit around and mastermind with them. So we were like, it was being like translated from Swahili to something to English. And then we would speak back through 2 different languages. And they started telling us some stories, right? So they come together and they create micro businesses together, but they also create like their own savings and loan, where they can borrow small amounts of funds, repay them with a little bit of interest. They all have to vote. And then they can create these businesses. So they were telling us about one. We'll call it the Cow Fattening Project. So in these Maasai tribes, they're not women, right, are not allowed to own cattle. Cattle are cash, right? Like cattle is commerce. And so women are not allowed to own cows. These bold women came together. First of all, the average salary for a man is under $100 a year. A year. Just get that. Like $130, I think, is about the annual salary. These women, by putting just a little bit of money at a time, a little bit, had raised enough money to buy 4 cows. And they just did. They bought 4 cows, I think $600 or $700. And I mean, $600 or $700, these women, this is like tens of thousands to us. So they saved the money, they buy the cows, they fattened them up, and they sold them for a profit, $1,000. They were then exploring a plot of land where they wanted to do corn, grow corn. And as we were there, they were literally doing the metrics of it, like how many times can we turn that field, and how much can we get yield, and what can we like that. These women, and you guys, because some of you who have been with us for a long time give $50, and you give $50 every single month. It's because of you. These women stand tall and proud. And this, I really believe this changes the world. We already know entrepreneurship changes our lives. Entrepreneurship in this micro kind of way changes the world.
You can feel she's just phoning it
Her,
in. No
your
passion.
heart just swells, and it's so. And I think that's a really. I want to hit on that for a second, right? Because
Please.
Margie has no reason to need to go jump on an airplane, and the cynic in you might think, oh, well, she's just doing it to look good and to have a photo opportunity and to do all this stuff. And I don't even need to say how clearly that's not true, because you just felt that from her heart. And I think that's a big deal, because I think there is we all have this tendency of am I doing this because of how it makes me look, or am I doing this because this is really from my heart? And what I love about the women behind this project, what I love about what this project is actually accomplishing in the world, is that from top to bottom, that the intention and the heart and the substance is all exactly what you would hope it would be. And this is the kind of thing that you want to support. And
do
so,
you want to hear after 7 years? I know we're gonna take a quick break here, but after 7 years, we have raised over $1 million. We've helped over 20,000 women's lives transformed, like these stories we're telling you, over 20,000. And now we're working on our next million, and we are not quitting. We're going to keep paying it forward. Back to you.
stick around. We'll be back right after this. You're going to learn how you can contribute and something awesome in it for you. We'll be right back after this.
Well done, Paco.
Almost.
Wow, Margie, you are just such a beast. Thank you.
Oh,
An incredible segment, and we love you.
It is so sweet to me. Good job. Good job wrapping that together, Adrian. And you know what? And also like attacking kind of like the objection of, well, sure, yeah, these women, they all make so much money. They just travel around the country getting, or travel around the globe. So to put that, to do the objections is smart. You did good, baby. Thank you.
He's a good boy. Okay, bring us back.
Thank you. All right, we're going to come back we're going to wait till the top of the minute. So we'll add 30 seconds to the clock, guys, and we'll come back on at 20, and we're going to have fun. So this is a shorter segment, but let's go. I think we should go into Unleash Your 2022, and then we can.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
And Science of Getting Rich, maybe.
Yes. All right. So back at.
And we're back. It is the Network Marketing Leadership Show. We got Adrian Chenault here. We've got Tom Chenault. That happens to be me. And we've got the one and only Margie Aliprandi here. And I know that very few of you are smart. And I know that you have all tried to read this book. And I know that this book has kicked your ass just exactly like it's kicked mine for years. And I talk to all these people all the time that seemingly understand it. And you can see my book is all marked up, ink, everything, trying to figure out the beauty and the logic. She's got an updated one. Hers is like $500. This thing was 50 cents. But at the end of the day, it might be the greatest book you ever read. But it's hard to understand. And so what they did was they made it idiot-proof for a guy like Tom Chenault. And I was just talking to the producers of the show, a guy named Andrew Siv and another guy named Jason Kohler. And I said, you guys try to read this book and you're never going to get done with it. But you go spend $50 and you watch what these guys teach you on what this book says, and your life changes. So Andrew goes, I've been listening to these lectures from this guy forever. So do you guys know who Rob Dyrdek is? What's he do?
Rob Dyrdek was the professional skateboarder and then had a TV show on MTV.
And he's a billionaire.
A zillionaire.
He says this book's his secret. This book is his secret.
No, it is. It is. Yeah, 100%. So small book, right? Small book, big promise. But like Tom is saying, just slightly esoteric. I want to tell you, even the trainers, right? So we came together and decided that we wanted to pay it forward. And so myself, Michelle Barnes, and Lauren Robin, all three are the women who started this beautiful philanthropic movement, Women United for Change, all those years ago. We came together and we're like, let's pour into the domestic market. Because let's just say, after the last couple of years, our philanthropic efforts are typically across the globe. But we knew we needed some love right here in our own backyard, and we needed to help people. I know Kat, it was in the science of getting, like she can tell you, this was a phenomenal experience. So we decided that we were going to do something that would breathe life right into the people around us, right here in our own backyard in the United States. We knew we didn't want to charge anything for the mastermind, even though that it would be well valued over $1,000 kind of an event if you were to really just pay for it. We knew we didn't want to charge anything for it, but we knew we wanted the people who would participate to have some skin in the game. And so here's what we did. We gave people access to a 5-day course, 1 hour each day, wherein we cover this entire book for $50 donated to Women United for Change. So we were paying it forward, and we ended out inviting some other experts to come in with us. We had Tony and Sarah Zolecki. We had Denny Robinson, who was also in Tanzania with us. We had Lisa Grossman. We had Jordan Adler, and the group of us came together. What I was going to say also, Tom, is that even the experts that were training on it are going, wow. Like Sarah said to me, like, Margie, next time, can we just do like how to win friends and influence people like this? Even the trainers were struggling with this book. But let me tell you, this book changed my life. It changed my life, and it changed my relationship with money. Bob Proctor, arguably the most important mentor in my life, loves this book. And I learned it at his feet, and I've studied it for 20 years. And so this book makes a big promise. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. And what this book promises is that if you learn the principles of this book and you implement them, you will get rich like math. Like 1 and 1 is 2. You can create wealth with mathematical certainty if you learn the principles of this book. That's where the tricky part comes. Good luck trying to truly understand these concepts 100% on your own. So when we came together, we started teaching this. The very first chapter is, you have a right to be rich. Some people can't even say the word rich without feeling uncomfortable. They're more comfortable with the word like wealth or abundance. And so we start at that very basic place of pouring into you to help you know that it is your God-given right. It is your divine right to have all of the things you need to live a life of full expression. So I know we're going to wind down here in just a minute. We'll be back in just a second. But this book, we demystified it. And I have to say that mastermind, Kat or anyone else who tuned in, will say it was magical. We co-created something that was transformational. So I'll put it back to you guys, and then we'll.
I'm looking right here. I think I can find it. Maybe not. This might predate copyrights. The original book is so old.
Oh, it's not. It's public domain. It's a public domain book.
So do you know what year it was written? We got to go to break. Okay, so
1910, like 1910, somewhere 1906.
We're coming back. You guys, this is not Hooked on Phonics. We'll be back right after this. How are you? All right.
Good. Sorry, that was.
Oh my God!
I lost it. I thought it was going to be right there, but because it's public domain, of course. So
it's public domain, yeah, and it was written like in 1910, right? And it is so relevant today.
All right, so we got 10 seconds. We're gonna come back and we'll pick up.
And then maybe say, well, how does this whole thing work then? Ask me that, and then let's go into what are some of the principles you love the most in the book, and I'll take it away from there. Maybe we do that in the last, whatever you want to do.
How about we do the show and you just answer the
How about you just let me take over?
There we go. Cody,
at least somebody knows how to host a show.
Cody Bateman just said you were his original mentor.
I know. I love him.
Oh, is that adorable or what?
So,
I love Cody so much. He is the best. Yeah. We got a bond. We got a special bond.
3,
You're going. And welcome back, everybody. It is Tom Chenault. It's Adrian Chenault. And we have got the megaphone of multi-level marketing here. This woman not only wore a shirt that matches the logo, she is a rock star. My wife, I'll tell you, she said that this woman was the kindest, smartest, most driven woman when people aren't looking on the planet. And we love you, and you're just a rock star. So
it's
great to have you here.
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, honey. Hi.
Nice dog. Anyway, at the end of the day,
Did you mean you when you said nice dog? Is that your pet?
No, I was talking about my beautiful wife. So here's the deal.
Okay, back to this.
Let's talk about what you want to talk about, since your questions did seem to be pertinent. So ask yourself the question you want to answer, and we then answer the question you want to answer. So what did you want to ask?
What do I want you to ask me?
Yeah. We'll just call this we're going to call this a monologue. This is like
whoever's producing this, go ahead and just screen it on me.
So then I said to myself,
this is like doing a show with Richard Brooke, by the way. Same exact deal. He'll go, that's a stupid question. Here's the one you should have asked me.
Here's the one I want to answer, right?
So what do you want us to ask?
So what I was going to suggest is, let me just kind of tell you how this whole thing works and how it was laid out. So when you go to that unleashyour2022.com, you're going to learn a little bit more about the mastermind. And my friends, we decided to call it a mastermind because it's a co-creation. Everyone who participated in this, we were all paying it forward. The experts, so-called experts on this book, we were paying it forward. Everyone who participated was paying it forward to women across the globe. So we came with an attitude of service. I don't even know how to express. I've been studying personal development since I was like 9. I've been to 1 million seminars, but there was something so special about this. Anyone who participated in it will tell you it was a sacred co-creation. Like while we were teaching, Tom, are you laughing while I'm talking serious right now?
Because I'm listening so intently.
Okay. Literally, as we were teaching this, each of us, we felt like we were getting a download, like we were just vehicles. And so the level of this content, I mean, I can tell you some of the stories. We had people that are in our profession that had never recruited a person. And during this week, they recruited 3 people. We had one gal that knew that there was a book in her. And she's like, I'm writing my book. I gave her just a couple little things like outline your chapters. The next day, she messaged me with her book outline, like ready, like this transformed people. It was magic. It wasn't it, Kat? Like it just, when your spirit is touched so deeply that there's nothing, rah about it, but you can feel change happening deep inside you. That's what occurred. It was magic. It was just absolutely magical. And so there are 16 chapters in this book. Every single day we have a special guest that we bring in to train. And so each chapter is like we talk about it only for like 20 minutes. And so what we did, we were so conscious of the desire to transmit the principles of this book. demystify them so they don't have people going, what? We literally opened this up so that people could practically implement every single thing in this book. And each day, so magic, little assignments that you can do and work on at home. But it was just very special. So what you do when you go to unleashyour2022.com is you'll see where you can go read a little bit about the programs, the 5 days, 1 hour and 15 minutes a day, roughly. And then you can donate. And then once you've donated, we'll add you to the Facebook group where this program is now archived. You can become a part of this community for $50. You'll pick up the vibe as soon as you get in this thing because the energy continues and people are still experiencing transformation. Right? $50 changes. I mean, how $50, guys? Like that's a bad dinner and a movie, right? And that will transform a woman's life who is hungry for change. You may never know her name. You may not know her children's names, but I can promise you, because we have seen it firsthand, that transformation occurs. So what a win-win situation. Transform your own life, elevate your own life, step into your greatness, unleash your 2022. Make this your year when you break through all obstacles because you're armed with the principles that, like math, are going to help you create wealth with mathematical certainty.
So can Denise donate $500 and give away 9
Yes.
other courses?
Yes.
Or does she have to do it one at a time?
She can do, no, she doesn't need to do it one at a time. She can do 500 and we'll add 10 people. You guys are already in the course.
I know, but we're gonna buy 10 right now.
That's fantastic. Oh, thank you.
Denise just told me we're buying 10. And I go, no, buy one.
Of course you are.
I thought we got to give more bang for our buck than that. So I can give 9 away to people that don't have $50. Because
I want to help you understand this book, Tom.
There we go. Well, I understand the book, Margie.
I'm so kidding. You should have been teaching with us.
I noticed that you have the token man, Gordon Adler, and Tony Zalecki.
Right?
Zalecki can't even spell Zalecki. I can't believe it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of the principles inside of this mastermind that were the most exciting for you.
So
Jay watching the show.
Michelle Barnes and I arm wrestled over the one on gratitude, right? We both love that one so much because everything does begin with gratitude. Haven't you guys noticed that if people are not enouging, right? Like their life is not enough, their business is not enough, their people aren't doing enough, not enough. There's no gratitude. And guess what? Their life is going to continue to be not enough. But if you can create gratitude, be grateful for everything as it is right now because of the immense blessings we all enjoy. If you can be truly grateful, that's the starting place for wealth creation. So that is that one Michelle and I arm wrestled over. She won. So the one that I got to teach that I love so much is a feeling of increase. And what that's about is one of the principles is that you're invited to leave every single person who crosses your path, whether you meet them on the street, whether you're checking out at the grocery store. And you're so good at this, Tom. Adrian, I know you must be too, because you just picked it up by osmosis, having him as a dad. But every single person that crosses your path feels increase because they met you, whether it's a compliment, a kind word, a hug, sometimes even whether it's a silent prayer. I know sometimes if I, maybe cross somebody and they're, going up and down the street and ranting or whatever, I know that I can't communicate with them. And I will just quietly say, I don't understand your torment, but I love you. I love you. And because everything is energy and energy is everything, I know that has some impact. And so if you can take on that no one will ever cross your path without having a feeling of increase, and it doesn't need to be a money thing, right? Like you can pour into people. Every single person that you meet, leave every person better than you found them, Denise says. Leave every person better than you found them. Exactly. So that is one of my favorite. Each principle blew my mind. Kat says, seriously, I read this book over and over and didn't understand it until these trainings.
Me
Guys,
too.
yeah.
Me too. Now I teach it. I can't believe they didn't have me. But here's the deal.
Next time, baby.
I'm looking at my text messages and no one can figure out who you are. You know, you are such a force in nature, but you've been with your company 33 years, but you weren't born this way. You just believed this way, therefore became. Explain that, will you?
Yeah. Interestingly, I just got together with a group of junior high school friends, and being with them reminded me how completely shy and actually introverted I was in those younger years. But I fell in love with personal development, and I've done the work. I have, when I captured the vision of network marketing, I just thought, I'm planting my flag and I'm going to do it forever. As many ups and downs and, all of the reversals that happen in any given company. I mean, my company, we've had 3 name changes, 5 compensation plan changes, products that I made my first $1 million with, that we don't even have them anymore, right? Like you just have to be prepared to adapt. But it's because of truly understanding principles like this in the science of getting rich that gives you the fuel when you feel bereft or when you feel tired. So no, the person that I've become is in direct result of having created the business I've built. And I'm not even remotely like the person that started this business all of those years ago. And I really like who I've become. And I love that at this stage of my life, I have the means to pay it forward to women who have the same goals, dreams, want a good life for their kids. I just wanted to save my home. I just wanted to give my kids an extraordinary life. Mission accomplished, right? But there are women across the globe that don't have the opportunities. They don't have any resources, but that dream burns in them, just like that dream burned in my heart before network marketing found me. So we get to collectively pay it forward to these women so that they can elevate their lives, elevate their communities, and literally change their world and ultimately the world.
Wow.
So powerful. And it's the kind of work that is both network marketing and this work that you are doing with Women United for Change. It's generational shift.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes. That is so well said. That is so well said. Exactly.
I love you, Margie. You're just.
I love you, Adrian.
It's just, and so how could you not just be magnetically attracted to what Margie's talking about? Please find the $50 and go and be a part of this thing. Not because like there is abundance out there. They're going to raise the money that they need to raise. Do this because you need that. And if finding $50 is really hard for you, it probably means you need it more than anybody else. And I really, really believe that. And so it will feel good. You will know you're doing good and you're going to be doing good for yourself. So go to unleashyour2022.com on the break. Go check out what that's about. Find the $50. If that $50 is really, really a big stretch, I think I know where I can find 9 free slots for you. Send us a message.
Thank you for that. I'm so excited.
We'll be back right after this. We're taking one more break. Coming right back.
You are a scruffy man. You didn't even shave.
I'm trying to grow it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good.
We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a little scruffy man.
A little scruffy guy.
Unbelievable.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, and our buddy Francoise, she gets one of the 9 for sure.
She's the best.
I love the woman.
Francois.
Yeah.
Yes.
She is very, very, very cool. So we're going to come back for one more. We're going to be back.
Way to set the standard. Way to put that bar up there, Tom. Thank you.
Where's the when do we come back?
We're going to come back in 22 seconds now.
Francoise went on a date with a guy that didn't speak the same language, and he thought he was hitting on her.
Yeah.
He proposed marriage, They got married, 2 different languages, and stayed married for 50 years. That's Francis.
Unbelievable.
I love her.
She is so cool.
Oh my God. Yes. I got $50 for her too.
Here we go.
Okay.
And we're back. It's Tom Chenault. What a show we've got. I'm so excited by Margie and unleashyour2022.com that I forgot the name of the show. So welcome back to whatever this show is called.
Legacy Leadership, baby.
Okay, there we go with Adrian.
Infinity.
So you guys, if you don't know this woman, find her crowd. Her crowd is living inside of the Facebook group you're going to get to be part of called unleashyour2022.com. And you're going to be hanging with people like Margie, whose hearts are bigger than their brains, which is fortunate because this book is so tough that they're going to unravel it for you. And you're going to finally understand how they got to where they are. It will be beautiful. And I'm excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Margie, you're pouring your heart into this work. You're still pouring your heart into your network marketing business. As you think about the impact that what's the piece of this that is the living legacy that you are continuing to pour into in the world?
I'm so happy that you asked that question. And I didn't even have to tell you to ask me that question. But I would have if you didn't. So thank you. I think I gained some clarity around this from Denise. Actually, while we were traveling in Tanzania, she told me about Muhammad Yunus in Bangalore. And I came home and studied what he had done and listened to some podcasts. What I've always known was that women are the key. Sorry, dudes. Women are the key to elevating the family, to paying it forward, to changing the world, right? So if we can elevate women, we can change the world. This is something I've always known. But where the piece is that kind of the umbrella that brings it all together, legacy, as you just said, Adrian, is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. You guys' lives, which way do we go here? That way. You guys' lives have been deeply impacted by entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship is kind of that, when, like I said at the beginning, when you make that decision, you're going to live life on your own terms. You're going to do what it takes to raise yourself, to elevate your life, and to take others with you. When you make that decision, there's something that happens in ownership of your life, in your body. And that is the beginning of legacy. That decision that you're going to raise yourself above mediocrity. Because, I think about it this way. You guys, life is so short, right? Like, we're here for a few breaths. And none of us knows how many. I remember the moment when I realized that at a birthday, like maybe 15 years ago, that I had probably already lived longer than I will yet live. And it's sobering. And you want to make sure that, like, I want to be all used up. And entrepreneurship's a platform. So I can't quit doing what I do, because I really love seeing people win with the business, right? And helping that. But then that this business has provided us an opportunity for such a small price point. $50 changes a woman's life. $50. That's nothing to us, you guys, truly, in comparison. And so, that's the way it comes together for me, that we're here for a minute. Let's make sure that when we leave this planet, it's better because we were here, that we're all used up. I got grandkids, true legacy, Adrian and Tom, you know this for sure, that, I started with 4 little children. They were 5, 4, and 2 years of age. Later got married, had another child. These kids are 39, 38, 36, and 29. And I got 10 and a half grandkids. And every single one of them, in fact, my son Todd said, "Mom, I remember you teaching me a principle. I can't remember everything that you said, but I remember you teaching me a Wallace Wattles principle that said, be the best you can be right where you are, and it will always elevate you to the next place. Like, I don't know if you've ever had that experience of saying, am I in the right place? Am I doing the right stuff? There's more for me. I should be doing more. Bottom line is, be the best waitress, be the best street sweeper, be the best UPS delivery person, and nothing can hold you back. Be the best you can be right there where you are right now. And my son, who's now 36, said, I've never forgotten that. You told me that when I was 14, and I've never forgotten it.
Wow.
That's the power of the principles in this book.
Why didn't you remember that?
Goodness. Joking aside, it wasn't Wallace Waddles, but it is incredible. His personal development journey.
Yeah.
I did personal development as a kid. I do not remember, literally, I don't remember what the instructor looked like. Nothing about that really stuck with me. All of my personal development in formative years through childhood was through this sort of distillation process of my through that, and hearing him process it and externalize it to me. And my life is 100% changed forever.
Of that. You are a very lucky young man to have Tom Chenault as your dad.
Yeah, I was such a terrible example he turned out. That's awesome. We love you, Margie. Who do we have next week?
We have.
Do we know? Is it Curtis Broom? Somebody cool.
Somebody.
Guaranteed.
No, it's Armand.
Armand is on next week. You guys are going to love him.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll be there.
He is the king of, he's the teddy bear.
He's the best.
And all game. You guys are going to love him. We'll see how much time we have left.
10 seconds.
All right. We'll see you all next week on the Legacy Leadership Radio Show. Love Margie. If you don't go to unleashyour2022.com, I'm coming to your house. We'll see you later.
And he will.
We're getting you back, Ted. See you next week.
Stay on, you guys.
Bye.
All right. We're still on Facebook. So that was just the end of the show. Let's say something nice about Denise and all her comments, because when I get home, all she's going to say is, did you see how many comments I put in there?
You did a great job, Denise.
Don't you love her?
I love her so much. When we were all together at Eric and Marina's. I don't know if you remember, but I kind of glommed on to Denise. She's the person that I could be around, and this isn't everybody. I could be around her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I love her energy. She is ease, just ease. And when she captured, and these women loved her, and these kids were so enchanted by her blonde hair. They wanted to just pat her. They wanted to just pat her hair. And they could feel her heart, and they loved her so much. And she got gripped. Once you see this, you can't unsee it.
Did I tell you where we're going next week?
I think I know. Aren't you going with the Brooks? Where are you going? I don't know.
We're going to go visit Richard and Kimmy and Jordan Adler's flying.
Jordan told me. Yeah.
And we're going to have a big pickleball tournament. That's going to be exciting.
Ooh,
how do you like that?
That'll be fun.
Yeah. So I don't know. Have you seen these Instagram things that Kimmy and Richard are doing lately? Oh, you don't want to. It's unbelievable. Well, I love you.
Are they trying to do reels, or what are they doing?
Oh, they got some bad advice that you're supposed to just be completely off your rocker. And I cannot imagine Richard. I mean, she's got him chasing her down the road in a car, just doing the wildest stuff. It's adorable, but I wouldn't do it. I'd rather try to figure out this book than do that. So, you guys, I love you all. Margie, I love you.
Love you so.
I love you. And Denise, I love you. See you later, everybody.
Love you guys.
See you soon.
Bye.